Hi everybody, I'm here today with Grit and Gear Online, and I'm doing a review for a company whose name is reTyre, R-E-T-Y-R-E, like the British English spelling of tire. And this is a company that's based out of Norway, and what they are selling is a modular tire system. So if you don't know what that is, let me explain that to you. So right behind me here is my bike. This is a slick tire, or what reTyre calls their reTyre 1 tire. And on the outside here, and I'll have pictures at the end, is a zipper. And so what reTyre has created was different skins, they call them, that can go on top of this tire, zip onto it to meet different conditions. The skin that I was testing for my review were the winter tires. And I actually tested what they call their ice racer. And here it is right here. This is the skin itself. You can see it's a studded tire. This particular skin has 300 carbide studs. They have a soft rubber compound, which they say doesn't stiffen in colder temperatures. They also have their winter traveler, which is a 160 carbide stud tire. This is the lightest skin that they have for winter, and it has a little bit different tread pattern to the winter ice traveler or ice racer. And they also have a trail and gravel skin to use for single track or mountain biking, and then for gravel. When I set out to do a review for this company, I was trying to think of what could be the potential problems. The first thing I thought of was rolling resistance. Is this going to be really heavy and hard to push? They did address this in the pamphlet that they sent me, saying that they specifically made these to be a little bit lighter, to not have rolling resistance. But I wanted to do math because science, and the reTyre 1 is to be, the specs they have for that is 568 grams. I weighed this on my baking scale, and this is 697 grams. So it's a total of 1,265 grams together. I compared this with a 29 by 2.0 studded tire online that I found on REI's website, and that was the specs for that was 1,190 grams. So it's not significantly heavier than any other studded tire, and this is the heavier of the two winter tire skins. And I personally didn't notice any difference in rolling resistance. There wasn't. It seemed the same to me, and I didn't have any problems with rolling resistance. The other thing I thought about was the potential for rust. Given that we throw lots of salt and dirt down on our roads, I was concerned about rusting. I did not see the specs for the material the zipper was made out of, so I contacted reTyre, and I found out that the zippers are made of nylon, and then the zipper mechanism itself is made of, they specifically made it of stainless steel to prevent any rusting problems. They also said that the tire system is self-cleaning based on centrifugal force. And I did find when I tested this, I tested it on a really slushy day after a snowstorm day. I don't avoid slush puddles, I go right through them. And the tire did remain, the zipper portion did remain very clean. They also noted that you should clean this zipper system 1 to 2 times per month. I wouldn't foresee that being extra work, because chances are you're gonna, based on road conditions, you're gonna be zipping these on and off due to when it gets drier, you'll go on your slicks. When it gets snowstorm, you're gonna put your studs. So you're already gonna be taking them on and off. So I wouldn't foresee it being a lot of extra work to run it underwater just to get it clean. But mine stayed really clean in the time that I used it. The last thing that I was concerned about was the durability of the zipper. reTyre does use a double stitch adhesive reinforced thread, which appears to be very, very well constructed. Over the long run, I'd love to see how the zipper holds up, but I found these skins to perform very well in winter and icy conditions. I didn't have any problems, and I think this could be a really good problem solver for people who live in cold winter environments like myself in Minnesota, with snowstorms and ice storms. They give you a bag for these. You leave these in your backpack when you're biking to work. There's a snowstorm maybe during the day, and you have these in your backpack, so you throw on your studded tires and you ride home. It is an easy on and off process. I'm gonna do a little video demonstrating how to do that. All right, I'm gonna do a little demo here of getting this skin on and off. Don't mind my teeny place of living. I guess this is a very realistic demo because I don't have a stand or can't fit a stand at home here, and you might be doing it without a stand anyways when you're at work and stuff. So I'll show you how easy it is to get this on and off. So here we go. I'm gonna switch this. So we start putting this on. One side on. The other side on here. There it is. And you zip. Oops. Wasn't fully on. There we go. And they recommend that you stretch these as you zip. So I will stretch. And they said that you do not need to deflate your tires or do anything different to put these on. You just zip them on. And you lock the zippers down, and there you have it. Got studded tires. Now I will take them off. And there you go. Back to slicks. Pretty easy. The one way that reTyre could improve this product is that I used a Salsa Warbird for this tire, and it's a gravel bike, therefore it fits much larger tires. So the reTyre 1 fit a 700 by 40 with the skin on. The size was 700 by 47. A lot of people that ride bikes with a size 700 tire, I would likely say don't have the chainstay or fork clearance to accommodate a 700 by 47 unless they're riding a gravel bike. So I would suggest if reTyre made a reTyre 1 of a 700 by 28 size, and then with the skin it would be 700 by 35, I think that this would fit a lot more bikes of using 700 tires. And I think this is a really cool product and I'd recommend trying it out. If you do give it a whirl, feel free to comment and let me know if you like it or not. You can follow reTyre at reTyre on Instagram, and their website is reTyre.co. You can also follow me at CageFreed on Instagram, as well as Grit and Gear online at Grit and Gear on Instagram. Thanks for watching.